Hey folks, there was a disturbing interview on CNN that you need to take a look at. This is the head of Trump's transition team talking about how RFK is going to be put in charge of all of public health within the federal government. Now be warned, there are lots of lies here, and we're going to come back and talk about them after the clip.
Who was on stage recently and was talking about coming into the administration is RFK Jr. He said that Trump has promised him control of the public health agencies, HHS, which would be also CDC, FDA, USDA, all of these agencies. Is that true? Has Trump promised him basically the HHS job?
So I spent 2.5 hours this week with Bobby Kennedy Jr. And it was the most extraordinary thing because let's face it, we've all heard on the news all sorts of sort of snarky comments about him. And I said, so tell me, how's it going to go? And he said, why don't you just listen to me explain things? And what he explained was when he was born, we had 3 vaccines. And autism was 1 in 10,000. Now a baby's born with 76 vaccines because in 1986, they waived product liability for vaccines. And here's the best one. They started paying the people at the NIH, right? They pay them a piece of the money for the vaccine companies. Wait a minute, let me finish. And so all of these vaccines came out without product liability. So what happened now? Autism is 1 in 34.
Okay,
amazing.
Neither of us are doctors. Vaccines are safe. RFK, I mean,
Why do you think vaccines are safe? There's no product liability anymore. They're not proven.
Kids get them and they're fine.
Why do you think they're fine?
But because they're proven scientifically to be so.
How about this? There was 1 in 10,000 people with autism. We all know so many more people with autism than had it when we were young. Oh, come on.
Okay,
I mean, his point is really interesting. So here's what he's...
So as you can see, that was a deeply disturbing video in which he made wild accusations about vaccines and said, how do you know that they are safe? And mentioned that autism rates went from 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 34. So this is a talking point that anti-vax conspiracy theorists lie about all the time. And they say that the rates have exploded. Well, this is the reason that they have exploded, and this is what all experts tell us, and they haven't exploded. It's just that we can diagnose autism at much better rates now, and we understand neurodivergence better than we ever have. Science and medicine have come a long way since the late 1980s, and that is the reason why we can diagnose people now. There's so many stories of people who have lived their whole lives and got a diagnosis later in life because no one knew how to identify it years ago. That's the reason. It's not vaccines. Vaccines are safe. There is a very rigid process for them to go through. Also, he said that children have 76 vaccines. That is complete nonsense. But these are the people that are going to be put in charge of public health if Donald Trump wins. It will cost people lives. They're talking about taking vaccines off the shelf. That means people are going to get sick more, and that means people are going to die. RFK Jr. is a crackpot liar who, like 10 years ago, said that he couldn't pay spousal support because a brainworm ate his brain and he was cognitively damaged. So he's either a massive liar or he has serious mental health challenges. We can't let these people be in charge of very, very serious things that do save people's lives. They're going to take us backwards and cause people to die. Stop this, please.